Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back into Marvel's Agatha All Along. This is season 1, episode 4. And after what happened in the last episode, I hope they don't have any more puzzles to solve, because if you watch the channel, you know how I feel about those.
After the distraught I had from losing Kitty Foreman, I'm ready, willing, and able to see what they can do to bring me back.
Bring her back.
Bring her back too, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. The last episode was a ton of fun. Really creative as far as all the different twists and turns they threw our crew. So I'm just excited to see what direction this episode takes everyone.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious because in Wanda, she was there. Now she's in this season. So did we really lose her? We probably did. But either way, looking forward to seeing what mischief we get in this one. Let's go!
Hey, Steve, can I get a water?
Coming right up. Got a fresh pack right down here. Oh, my back. Oh.
Uh-oh. Looks like Steve's back just called it quits.
Some help would be good right about now.
Yeah, you're gonna need some help with that, Steve. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm.
With more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client.
But Steve's worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees.
Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free, unless you win. But Steve doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. Steve, when you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company.
So if you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you.
Steve did, and now he's back in the game.
If I can't reach you, let my song teach you. Oh yeah, she's gone. She gone.
Lips are pretty blue.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I didn't think you had one in them.
We know her mother died on the road, too.
She died on tour.
I like that jacket.
So, if you're not trying to find her out here, why did you come with us?
She said the road would save me.
From what?
R.I.P. Mrs. Hart.
That's it?
Well, shall we?
That's it. I love how she always throws the tails.
What's the problem now? A woman is dead, Agatha. Yes, and Alice and Teen are kindly digging a grave for her. So they'll catch up when they can. Vamonos! Oh!
She did it again.
That means we go.
Mrs. Hart was a bad draft pick. Okay.
We still have the issue of our incomplete coven.
And brew with Coven 2, and glory shall be thine.
With Coven True, glory shall be thine.
Does it? It's Coven 2.
That doesn't make any sense.
It does if you're a student of the ballad. Her mother recorded the most popular version of the ballad. So maybe we ask Alice. Okay.
Arguing over a Steve Miller song.
How many witches left the road with you last time?
We would not have survived the last trial without my expertise. Well, where were you when Mrs. Hart needed protecting?
According to my count, Mrs. Hart drank 2 glasses of the poisoned wine. How many doses of the antidote did she get? Potions, witch. This is your fault.
Okay.
Ooh.
That was our fatal mistake.
Well, it was fatal for Mrs. Hart. Oh.
Can't. We can't go back.
I knew it was coming.
People can't be replaced.
Can't they? What if we summon a backup Green Witch?
To the road?
So much has already gone wrong. Guess we just have to be careful. And specific, but mostly careful.
Yes.
Well said. Anybody got a spell book?
Look at that.
I do.
Of course, teens got it.
From Weary Den.
I am interested in seeing what kind of witch they get and who it is.
May she be strong and wise, and the best at her craft.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
May she be smart.
And not annoying. And also not super political.
We don't have time for
May
that.
she be pleasant looking?
Pleasant.
I really got it.
Esse viridis facile.
Oh, I didn't put that up in the
Yeah,
subtitles.
that
What,
was-
they didn't want us chanting that, huh?
I guess
they didn't want
not.
us summoning our own green witch?
That'd be brutal.
Now what?
True witchcraft takes time. The spell must marinate. Gestate.
They bring her back.
I do. This was very clearly
Whoa, what the hell?
Did we get Kitty back?
Is that where they had her grave?
Yeah.
Yep. This is heart.
Oh, no. Rio.
Rio!
Heard you guys were having a party.
How did you?
I was in the neighborhood.
Oh, I thought she was...
My lady.
Milady.
Lady.
Agatha, wait.
So, you're a green witch? Less a green witch, more the green witch.
Love it.
The...
The Green Witch.
Yeah. This is cool.
Stay on the path.
So, the dangerous but charismatic lady's back. Are we in trouble, Agatha? Like, more than we were 10 minutes ago.
Well,
Oh, wow. So, what do we think? Can we trust her? We know nothing about her.
We know Agatha hates her. I'd say that goes in the pro column.
Do I hate her or do I want her phone number?
Same.
Right?
Same.
Oh, hello.
I can hear you. You're only 10 feet behind me. Oh, new house.
new challenge, new puzzle.
Pass.
A mutiny already.
Pass.
I remember those days. Pass.
What a throwback.
I agree, but the road clearly
Always
does
leads.
not.
Oh,
Well,
all roads lead to this.
that's the only place anybody's going.
Okay, what if they keep walking that way and then you walk the other way, Alice? Does that work too?
No, still end up in the same place.
I like that transition they did. That was cool.
You gotta open it up like a... Oh, I was hoping they would slide like God of War.
Bummer those didn't go in.
Yeah, could have.
Guess on the way out.
Yep. On the way out, it has to be.
All right, how are they looking now?
70s?
70s?
Groovy, baby.
Yep.
I mean, seriously, an album cover waiting to happen.
The road changes for the coven.
Stay golden, pony boy.
No cheating this time.
What?
Teen looks like he's ready for Spinal Tap.
I was just thinking about the invite on the mantle. Maybe there is like a riddle or a kickoff for this one too.
Hopefully he doesn't get caught in a pod. Or he's the drummer that spontaneously combusts.
No.
Yeah, these two. Ooh.
That does not look good.
This looks like
That one
ways
does not look good.
ways that they would take out witches.
Witches, yeah, absolutely.
She was trying to open the road, wasn't she?
With her concerts. Her
Interesting.
fans were her coven.
Just like Kiss.
Alice! Alice, don't.
Don't what?
Pardon?
Whoa. That was her mom speaking through her, I bet.
I'm feeling like I want to cause some damage.
You're too early.
It wasn't up to me. Magic, as it does, took the path of least resistance, ferried the closest, most appropriate candidate down. Or up. Why did you bring that boy?
Yes, boy.
Let me get a yes, boy.
He's a fanboy of witches.
So, you tell me what happens next.
Ooh, sneaky.
Kill all the witches around you, one by one.
Then what?
You get your power, and I get my bodies.
Ooh.
Hey, that's my coven you're talking about. I'm not that kind of witch anymore.
Oh, boy.
What'd you think that?
Uh-oh.
Is that a mom? Oh,
Is that a
backwards.
Kiss album spinning backwards?
A Kiss or Judas Priest or
Motley Crue.
So is this the spell? Watch, they probably needed that.
Yeah.
We've been cursed.
Yep. Good job.
I think this means the trial's started.
Why are you smiling? She's a tourist. She's a psycho.
What?
Feel like
Feel
dancing.
lighter.
Uh-oh, did they eat some of Wonka's secret candy?
I was just going to bring up Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, our little guy and his uncle.
Hey, Lily, what's wrong?
Dad or Grandpa, I forget.
What is going on here?
She's smoking.
Can you borrow this?
Ravello.
Revelio.
Revelio.
What it does is shows you what's around. It's
Yeah, see what the problem is.
oh, God damn it.
The only way to end a curse is to face it.
Head on.
Oh, no. Now it's on her.
Her shoulders.
Ugh.
Oh, damn. They burned.
Oh,
That is
that's
nasty.
cooked.
Do I have one too?
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
I think you'd be able to feel it.
What's the song forwards?
Ah,
I couldn't save her.
Same
Yes, that's already on her.
I convinced myself they were birthmarks,
no, she's had him.
even though she had the same ones.
Are we talking about a generational curse?
Oh, you poor thing.
Poor us. Now we have our family's old ass curse?
I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, that's not good. Right into the sound booth.
You look okay. Are you okay? What's the plan, Agatha?
Well, they have to chant it, and then they have to know the right words.
No, they
Remember,
gotta-
they're arguing over the words before.
They got to make the music.
Oh, it goes back to the title of the song. Or song. Title of the episode.
Oh, no, I studied the zills and a little pan flute. Jen.
Ballet.
Oh, come on, guys. Well, what do you know? Zills.
Nah.
Play it right, play it well, and maybe we won't die.
I love the bass guitar.
Nice. Love it. Tickling
The ivories.
the ivories.
Oh, shit.
It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, you gotta fight through it.
They need someone in a Santa suit to help them jam out.
Down, down, down the road. On the witch's road.
We're getting a rock version of it now.
Road down the witch's road. To glory at the
Oh, it's
getting stage effects.
angry. Oh, stop phoning it in. Play like a witch.
Stop phoning it in. Who's phoning this in?
Phoning it.
Everyone's starting. Oh, he's got a shard.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Down the witch's road.
No, she's got the triangle.
The triangle. Waiting for her to get that cowbell back.
Tambourine she needs.
If I can hold you,
Somebody got a lighter?
what I told you.
The kids use their phones nowadays, Oak.
Motherfucker, I know. I'm asking
You
if anybody's
don't
got
know.
a lighter. Like I haven't been to a concert or a football game or a wrestling match.
That's old man.
Oh, there it is.
Shit.
I see it. I can see it.
You guys can do what you want with your phones. I'm looking at a demon. Demon witch.
Yeah, Quinn.
Get the devil horns out.
Yeah. Oh, look at that demon bird, Quinn.
They're
Because
getting
of the
it.
flashlights.
I knew it.
Oh,
I knew it.
damn, that looks.
Hey, you're out of here.
It's like reminds me a little bit of a.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's what the. All right, that's where the shoulder burns come.
Don't phone it in.
You guys are gonna need to amp this version up a little bit. Oh, maybe
They
not.
beat it.
That worked.
Good job, ladies and
right.
teen.
Look at that. It's snowing.
Is it fun? Oh,
We
But
didn't.
wait, there's more.
We didn't even lose anybody.
he's young. He's strong.
Don't. Water and moonlight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. Moonlight's right behind
Yeah.
us.
Hurry.
But
Hurry.
good luck on the wall. Oh, there it is.
I think they're making it worse. Wait, they're making it worse.
Reminds me of a certain action adventure movie I won't speak of. 'Cause it's on the list.
And look at that perfection.
It's like
Good
they
as
wiped
new.
off the makeup.
Yep.
That was blood.
They chose wisely.
It was a trap.
It's a trap.
So much for do no harm. Well, I'm covered in nipples. You want to see?
No, thank you. Still alive. Great.
Agatha.
Starting to care a lot more for teen here.
Yeah, that would appear that way.
A sigil works on the witch who cast it as well. That's why we don't use them as much. They're super irritating.
Can it be lifted?
Sigils are destroyed, not lifted. But before you ask how, in that curious little voice of yours, the answer is when they're no longer needed.
Ah, something to.
You don't have to know a person's name to know who they are.
Careful you don't say something nice to me. Oh,
Built a nice little lean-to for him. That was nice of them.
what really happened to your son?
I'm looking at him.
Well, son. Oh, shit. I did it.
That's my prediction.
Lilia.
Where do you go?
God, I hope there's some folks out there that want you guys to watch True Blood because that's all this show is reminding me of.
Knitting needle to the elbow.
Ow.
I've got a scar.
Oh, boy.
Yes, I do.
Oh, my God.
And I had to do something that I did not want to do,
Oh, boy.
even though it was my job.
She keeps looking at her.
She is my scar.
Well put.
You guys get it,
Oh, I
right?
stretch my legs.
She is my scar.
Don't think for a second I've forgotten what you said in the sound buzz.
What? Really? After you guys were just trying to take each other out?
Well, clearly they have.
Guess
quite
they've
the
come
past.
around.
They've got history.
Yeah.
Or you bring them in close as you try to, like, take them apart.
Did not see that coming.
Agatha, that boy isn't yours.
Oh.
I don't believe you.
Liar. Liar.
So she was really starting to believe it.
I don't think she's gonna.
Just like me.
Me too.
Was that some kind of thank you for letting me know?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
absolutely.
there you go, though.
Teen is absolutely her son.
I don't. Why would she say? No, I don't.
She's trying to throw her off because she wants to end her. That's what Aubrey Rio wants to do to Agatha.
I believe Rio.
I like that.
Yeah.
man.
I believe Rio.
Rio. This episode definitely had a different feel than the last one. Look, okay, they had to solve something with, the Witch's Road, and they were in danger, but it wasn't water rushing into a house, seeing all your nightmares and everything that they saw in the last house kind of danger. I think this one did a good job of showing them work together. Look, we had the kind of the moment around the camp there where they're all starting to open up to each other a little bit, which is interesting because at the end of the day, Agatha still wants them all out of here so she can get their powers. So I'm wondering kind of how that's going to play out. That's what I found curious about the sound booth. When she first hit the speaker, it was kind of laying out Agatha's whole plan, but then she tried to, I'm not like that anymore. I've changed who I am, sort of thing. So I don't think the other witches bought it, but it's a little curious the path that we're on here with Agatha's ultimate goal and what she wants. But I've got a feeling that hopefully most of our cast here, if not all of our cast, sticks around. It sucked losing Kitty Foreman, but I really they're finally getting some character development with all the witches now, and they're interacting with each other a lot better. So it'd be a huge shame if we lost any of them at this point in the series. So, hopefully everybody sticks around. We keep getting a little bit more, and then obviously I think we'll get more between Rio and Agatha as the stories go, but I am absolutely 1,000% convinced until they tell me no that Teen is Agatha's young son, and that's what I'm gonna go with. But overall, a great episode. The demon witch that they did in the house, solid job for a Marvel TV show considering what we've had in the last few, just in terms of overall special effects. They haven't really done monsters that much, I don't think. At least not that I can recall. I mean, we've had, space aliens and Thanos and that sort of thing, but not like a real scary horror demon looking creature. So yeah, that was a good job. They had it in there just enough, I think, to where they held the shots on it just long enough where even if it wasn't that great, you really couldn't pick it apart. They focused on the stuff that was important, the big scary eyes and the mouth and the wings. So yeah, it worked out for me, and this was a fun ride, and they're doing a good job with the story and developing the characters. So yeah, no complaints from me. I'm liking where things are going. We'll see where the road takes them.
For me, I thought that was a rather interesting and smart thing to do, if you have a curse and you need a protection spell, make it a song that becomes highly popular
and just keeps.
And then unfortunately, because Alice's mom must have lost money because she had to sell the rights to the song. So then, how many people could cover it? So then you're almost guaranteed that at least some point in time, there is going to be a playing of the song somewhere around the world that's going to be offering protection for. So I thought that was a very interesting and smart idea as to how to have a protection spell. And then we found out too that with the sigil, that it gets destroyed when it's no longer needed. Now, what does that entail? Does that mean Teen is gonna be gone after that? Does that, he's deleted? How is that going to move us forward as far as what this sigil is? But then Rio at the end, as we now know that they must have been love interests for a while, and obviously had to do her job and didn't like what she did, and now the Agatha is her scar. And we saw that they almost embraced in a kiss, and then Rio had to tell her, and it's not your son, to which I'm 75% sure that teen is her child, because the way he's like kind of said in the episode, don't make it the cut. He's a fanboy of witches, so he's always had this interest, and it's not like it didn't come from nowhere. It came from somewhere, and I think it came from being Agatha's son, and I think that certainly helped out. But yeah, another good episode. I really liked this version of how they had to play the game and everything, and that it was Alice's mom that was somewhat there that, showcased them. And I love that they were a 70s rock band for it. That was even better. And then we saw like the scars that she had, that she's been trying to tell herself that was a birthmark all along, when no, that was the curse, and her mom had it, and her grandma had it, and her
demon.
Her grandma succumbed to it, right as we saw the last episode. So that was great that they carried that over to this one. And then Jennifer at the end, Jen, was able to get a potion to work perfectly to heal Teen, so that hopefully gives her confidence moving forward, because they kind of ripped on her a little bit, like, hey, Shannon had 2 doses and you only gave her 1 antidote, so you have to. You all have to be on our A game, is what they all said. So, and it was a great twist bringing Rio into this, because after what we saw, I wasn't sure how much we were going to have Aubrey Plaza. I was like, we better get some more, otherwise why are they highly touting her for the show? So I'm glad they're bringing her in the mix. So another good episode of Agatha.
Yeah, despite them doing the 70s, or even it looked very 70s. Maybe you could argue it was late 60s, but it kind of looked 70s to me. Despite they did the 70s band look, the fact that they did the backwards record playing demonic stuff. So I was born in 1979, had older brothers and sisters that were older than me, so they were super into rock music in the 80s, and that was like a real thing. I think it was a Judas Priest album that if you played it backwards, there was one super muffled where it was like, blah, 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 and people are like, it says kill your mother. And then you play it, blah, 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 see, kill your mother. But 80s was a wild time.
The 70s show actually did that.
Yeah, the 80s were so wild, because people really look, Kiss was just dudes singing about, well, we don't need to get into it. But anyhow, I like the fact that they threw that in there, some nostalgia. I thought we had good character development. We started to see them kind of start forming some bonds, especially some old feelings coming back between Agatha and Rio. So I thought that was cool. They definitely teased us with the grave, and then Mrs. Hart. I thought we were gonna get zombie Mrs. Hart, and then surprise, surprise, it's Rio, who's kind of a green witch.
No, she's the green witch.
Yeah, well, kind of a green witch, the green witch. But we got the classic oblique shot, which is we love the oblique shots here on the channel.
It is.
I can't. What good is a film without an oblique shot? But in any regard, I thought this was another solid episode. Again, like the story, like the character development, like the relationship kind of advancement that we had between some of the characters, some shared pains, some moments of encouragement. So another solid episode for me.
Yep. Good episode. No, just kidding.
At first I thought you were gonna choke.
It's all good. No, I really, I wouldn't say this is the strongest episode, but it didn't suck either. What I did like is the chemistry between Kathryn and Aubrey. Their chemistry is just off the charts. I'd actually like to see them more in a movie too, not Disney, just some kind of fun comedy. I'm sure they would just be spitting lines left and right and make a huge gag reel out of it. The interesting thing when the record was going backwards, I was kind of wondering is that the spell? Because they made it seem like it was just the studio.
Yeah.
And then the recording booth. Well, they were in the recording booth, and then the audio room. So it was like, is that it then? And then of course it was. And then just the way that they were kind of going about everything on just the touching, and then the spell with the fire, with the knife on there, to kind of break that spell, they would kind of bring it back to a normal. That was interesting too. Like you were saying, Quinn, I really appreciated that they the horror elements that they do invite into this show is a nice I don't want to say surprise, but nice little touch to the show.
Yeah, I mean, we had it with the 7 earlier when they were running around all over, looking like something out of the Ring, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, so again, I really do appreciate the little horror vibes that they give in here. And I was with you on that too. I'm like, oh, she's reincarnated. Is it the way that they were doing the joint manipulation?
Yeah, that's
coming out. I was like, oh man, we're getting zombie now. This is great. But it was not. So again, still pretty cool. And we got some more vampire. Well, we got some vampire mentions in here, which what I was saying in the reaction. Don't know if it made it, but. Some of this show is giving me True Blood vibes, so I'm curious if anyone else out there kind of gets True Blood vibes a little bit. With the story that's being told, and now where we're going with Rio, and Rio saying it's not her son, I kind of want to believe her, because Rio wasn't messing around that time. Like, she said it with conviction.
Yeah. Like, she sees what Agatha's starting to what road she's starting to go down. She's like, hey, stop it. That's not your son.
Yeah, it's not your son. At least that's the vibe I got, because I feel like every other time she's been doing something, it's been kind of with that like fun grin or some kind of fun body movement, right? There it was just, it's not yours.
Yeah.
No messing around on that one. So I'm going to lean into that one until it, as you would say, until they show me otherwise. Yeah. So I do believe Rio in that case. Yeah. I just don't know who is the parents for him, but I don't even know if that matters at this point. But either way, really enjoyed this episode. I feel like it was too short. I feel like they probably could have had a little bit more before sending us off into a bit of a, cliffhanger-esque there. I feel like we only got 35 minutes out of this.
I think that's gonna be the issue for a lot of these Marvel TV shows, where they run relatively short considering the stories and the content they have. That seems to be a bit of a thing.
I guess I'm kind of curious too with some folks. Like, do you feel like almost all these shows really could get away with a minimum of, we'll just say, TV runtime of like 42 to 45 minutes? I feel like it cheapens it a little bit when they go, hey, we're only giving you 33.
Yeah, sometimes it's like 22.
So
the what ifs.
I feel like with all these writers and the material that they play with and have, and all these characters and all this talent, it's like we easily could do 45 minutes. So let's give 45 minutes. At least that's just my taste here, because I feel like there could have been another 10 minutes.
Well, what's really interesting is that when we have shows that are made just for streaming services as opposed to television, when you have a television show, half hour is normally
44.
I've seen 18 or 22 minutes for a half hour, and then for an hour, what is it usually, 42 to 46 or something like that?
Well, I always use Walking Dead. Walking Dead was anywhere between 42 and 45 minutes, depending on their ad. So forever. Prior to streaming services, that's so used to what we were seeing, and we got a relatively consistent length of shows for half hour and hour slots on television. Now all of a sudden you have streaming. Some are 39, some are 49, some are 52. There's not really any sort of cap, which I would imagine makes the job of an editor even more difficult. Like when you have a set time, okay, it's got to be this length. This has to go, this has to go, this has to go. You have to make some hard decisions. But when you don't necessarily have a time cap,
those restrictions,
are gone. Yeah. If you've shot the stuff and it makes sense for the story, why not give us more story,
Well, and if there's vampires in this world, that means Blade could be in this world too. So that's what I'm hoping for.
34 minutes.
That is what you're always...
This is actually 34 minutes if you take out the first minute.
So this is
30...
Well,
if you take out, the recaps.
Yeah, 34 minutes.
Which a lot of shows will still have.
Slot would be way too short for an hour-long slot. So this doesn't really fit into any network TV slot that we would normally see.
But then that gets back into our old discussion of, do you want 6 episodes at this length versus the 8 that they have right now?
That's exactly it.
That's exactly it. But sometimes less is more is maybe what they're getting at as well. Just like, hey, we have more to discuss, but less is more.
Well,
right?
It's Marvel, so they just have.
They have a whole
better
bunch
than
of
I,
stuff,
but they have a library of shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like 34 minutes is kind of
it's cutting it short.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But
that's how they've been doing it.
Save a little more, but hey, we're not done yet with this series. We got some more to go. Hopefully, you guys are having as much fun as we are. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, You know that's Mason Quinn and I'm the answer, so we'll see you again on the next one, pals.